What is up, bros? Josh here, and welcome to this week's weekly replay. We pick one replay a week, break it down, analyze what's going on, and then also watch some pretty insane gameplay as well. This week is from Simenabs from the EU server, repping his WOTN clan, and he's playing the Yamato, the big Yamato, the tier 10 battleship, the king of tier 10 battleships. I would still call it the king of tier 10 battleships, and just a blast of a ship to play. They're on Sleeping Giant, and let's check out the matchmaking first. We'll break it down and see what he can do with this. So, lots of pretty fragile cruisers, a couple tier 8 battleships, the Alabama and the Gascon just kind of chilling there, and then a couple lightning. So, nice, pretty nice, only having 2 DDs to deal with, but some fire breathers. Luckily, though, the Yamato does not really care about who it's really shooting at when it comes to cruisers. Going against 2 Des Moines, a Worcester, a Zao, Moskva. So Zao and Moskva are probably the 2 that I'm kind of looking for to kind of cause some trouble. Other than that, though, as long as he's not given a broadside to that Yamato Republic, he'll be all right. And it's always good to see a fail div in the GK and the Freddy. So that's pretty nice. But he kind of has one himself with the Lion and the Minotaur. So, not too bad overall matchmaking, but I think he'll be doing all right and going to support this lightning. This downside is you can either break up this way. You're either going to go A cap or D cap. And for me, I tend to enjoy D cap more because I feel like the cross shots are a bit better. But he's going to be supporting this. I mean, he spawned this way anyway. I also like to kind of stick a bit more into the middle of the map. He would have had shots on this lightning for this, but he does have his DM there, and of course could have worked down that DM as well. I like to stay a bit more central to this map, especially when you see something as fast as the Republic, and you can kind of see the movement of the ships. But he decided to go around, which is still fine. He can secure this and then keep rolling. And really, I'm much more scared in a battleship of a Moskva than I am ever of a DM, because DM, if it's going to give you any kind of bow in, any kind of angle, you're going to smash it. Moskvas are going to be their problem, and you know just how accurate Moskvas are at range. Luckily, Hindenburg's going to put in some damage on him, and with just how armored the Moskva is these days, maybe he'll show us how we're supposed to be aiming at this, or if the Moskva's just going to turn right into a broadside, maybe. Is it just going to be that nice and just give him a full-blown broadside? But we'll see right here. But I'm much more scared of a Moskva when I'm in a battleship than I am in a DM any day of the week, unless that DM is basically spotted. So, looks like he's not going to give that perfect side, and only going to smack up for just a tad, 1480. And as you can see right here, this is kind of the downside of going to this. Now, if you do have ships, what tends to be a good position is you will either get a fight on this map. Sleeping Giant's kind of this weird map in itself. You will either get a fight here, and there'll be lots of ships, especially Worcesters and DMs chilling here, since there were, what, 3 ships right there. There is the potential of having that, but you're either going to get a big fight here, or kind of what he's getting, where people are kind of dragging it out. So kind of a bummer. You know, it's either you get the fight or you don't. Good hit on the Moskva, so the faster they can get that thing out of the game, the better. Again, the things I'm worried about is the Moskva and the Zao for him, because they'll just burn him down. If he can get near that DM or the Worcester, he's just going to light him up. One thing I did notice too is their enemy Yamato has 100k life, so if you don't know what that is, that means it's survivability expert captain. So usually if a captain is rocking survivability expert, I wouldn't say you don't really need to worry about them, but you probably have an advantage because they've picked pretty bad captain skills. So usually survivability expert captain's not known for being the best, but looks like they're pushing there, and there's so much more damage. One good thing is I'm not sure if he's going to go through the cap or if he's going to go around the cap. We'll kind of see. Looks like he's maybe going to try to for sure lock down this Moskva kill. It does kind of stink to put in, and the lightning has rotated around too. It does kind of stink to put 2 of your tier 10 battleships, and the Republic's getting burnt down. He's feeling that Moskva fire. Sending 2 of your battleships to take care of 1 cruiser, that is a huge amount of resources to take out 1 ship. And it kind of stinks here too. As you can see, the DM has gone this way and into the cap, and the Hindenburg is going through. That DM would have been really nice for that DM to maybe then rotate out and set up into this area. As you can see, all these ships right here, look at all that damage just sitting there. So good. I wasn't sure exactly what he was going to do, if he was going to go around. Basically what he's doing is kind of tossing up this Republic as saying, hey, I believe in you, I'm going to try to help you with that Moskva. And okay, so he's actually going to go around the south side. that'll be okay. It depends on, okay, the Gascon's coming back. Looks like maybe a couple ships are going to come back. And ooh, lost one of their gearings, or lost one of their DDs. So that's their gearing. They still have the Shima, and the spot up north is getting super pinged. There's a Wooster way up north. I don't even think the Wooster is probably within range of any ships right now. And then, man, that is a massive amount of pings right there. And the Alabama. So that is a bit of a bummer, but nice broadside DM, and will the probably legendary module, I'm guessing. There we go. That's what we like to see. So no dev strike there. He got a little unlucky. Looks like a little bit of a dispersion, went a tad to the top side. But if he can take out this DM, take out that Moskva, looks like the Moskva is continuing to fire as well, and the Moskva is going to be up against that. Oh, the Moskva goes dark. So Moskva not using range mod. Well, yeah, not using range mod. That's kind of surprising. But Spot's going to go up, and he has to deal with this lightning, which kind of stinks. But again, look at that. The Alabama, it's tough to be mad at Alabama's this time of year. That's probably that person's highest tier ship. You know, with the Santa Crates that just came out, Santa Crates are awesome, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that haven't really played too many high tier ships. So looking at this Alabama right now, his positioning is pretty terrible. I doubt he's even really within range of any shots, and if he is, oh, there's the shots you want to see. So sorry about the kind of, I would say, staticky or delayed when we do replays through World of Warships. The replay system isn't quite the best, so the spotter plane obviously is going to cause a bit of a problem. But really, if you look back, his team's actually doing okay on that side. It still kind of stinks. They lost the Republic. They lost that Hindenburg. That was not good. That was definitely not good. And somehow the Lion goes pink. What? Okay. All right. Lion goes pink. And he goes pink and then says, "Move, idiot." All right, so that's a bit of a bummer. That's what we call a bit of a bummer there. I don't know if he killed the Hindenburg. No, it looks like he did, but he definitely did some damage to something. So Simenabs now in a bit of an interesting spot here. You got to either decide what was it. Oh man, I just realized that they have all of their tier 10 battleships on one side. Not sure. I didn't really watch the path of the other Yamato, and if I'm the other Yamato, I wouldn't have gone this way at all. There's no real reason. There's no real ships over here. The other Lightning trying to help out with that, but look at that scoreboard. They've dropped 2 battleships. There are no battleships on that other side. There is a Minotaur, a Wooster, 2 Woosters, and a Minotaur. The Alabama going the long way around. And that DM is still in the cap, so not getting much help from his team right here. And he took the gamble on staying on the side. See, this is the problem with this side of the map. I feel like this side is a bit more of a gamble when it comes to ships being around. Either there's going to be a fight or not. The other side of the map, I feel like, is always kind of guaranteed, and that's when I was kind of saying that I like to stay more centralized. Imagine if he was maybe in one of these few squares, maybe not that far up, but somewhere in this area where he could have supported with crossfire, because you can get those crossfires here, kind of learn those angles when you're playing clan battles. You can get the angles here, helping with both of these ships as well, but you don't commit being on basically the 1-2 line. So, I mean, a lot of time spent, again, now onto the 3rd tier 10 battleship, helping take down this Moskva. This is the strength of the Moskva. It's so tanky, it's fast, it's so accurate. So not only can it take a lot of tanking damage, it feels bad to see the AG being launched from that Yamato. Hopefully it was just the 1 salvo. They got a Freddy kill at least 2, so that's good. And there's the Lightning. So, okay, here's a nice little swing. They just got a Freddy down. The Lightning will kill the Lightning, so they can free that up. And if they can get that Moskva kill, it won't be all wasted, other than that Yamato basically trading half his life, and then they'll lose one of the boosters. So this is a pretty tough situation. This is where you kind of go, okay, where do I go? And again, you just kind of look at the map and you say, where was some time wasted? Again, probably could have got a little bit more out of the middle of the map, but you know, that's all hindsight. You just don't know. If there would have been 4, 5, 6 ships over here, it would have definitely been worth it for what the position he would have been in. So a bit more of a gamble on this side, I think. And again, it's really brutal to kind of see that DM still be in that cap. If I am that DM, I have 100% relocated to up here and basically just locking down that map, or somewhere around here, basically just farming all these guys that are getting spotted. There's some perfect blue line riding. Look at that guy. The guy has spent man, almost all of the game on that line, it seems like. As you saw the Republic being a bit angry with him a little while ago, and he's getting his surfing on. So no intentions of even getting off the line too. So that's a bit of a bummer to see. And man, I hope Wargaming someday changes how the blue line. Let's see if he at least tries to get off the map, or if he turns right. Then if it's right, it's not next. So yeah, turned a little bit of right there, avoided the salvo, and hey, working as intended, right, boys? But again, there's so much time. Look at how far the other Yamato is south, and the Alabama has now rounded. What is that? What do I call that? Third base, and has almost gotten out of ACAP. So if he can kill that Mosca, at least we have a moral victory, or there we go. We at least feel better about ourselves. That guy is down, and he can start getting that. So if there is a ship that you want to be in this spot, it's probably the Yamato. Its ability to tank, its ability to kind of heal through and shake off a lot of stuff. Maybe the Montana. But other than that, this is a pretty solid ship. And if that is looking pretty good, there we go. That's what he needs. This game is not over. It's Lightning versus Shima. It's, what do they have? So let's kind of compare what's left. So we've gotten it back. 2 kills down. There's the Dev Strike. Zhao right there. Let's see if the Yamato can get that. Yamato does not care if the Zhao is angling or not. That DM, who was in that cap the entire time, finally gets killed by the Zhao, which is kind of surprising. DM is basically a Zhao's worst nightmare when it's close quarters like that. But if the Zhao's going to give him that angle. Lightning, not the best smoke, but there we go. Beautiful. Zhao, whenever I was playing Zhao in clan battles, it did not care. So Lightning is basically on a mission right now. This Lightning needs to, one, not get killed by that guy. That was a bit of a bummer. The Wooster popping up right there. But okay, so let's kind of break down. Wooster pushing in. We have a gas cone, a Republic, a Yamato. They're all north. Republic is rotating back down south. That Lightning, man, they need him to stay alive with as much life as possible. I didn't see how much the Shima had, and that is such a bummer. The Shima pops up somewhere still dark. Nobody spotted him, and the Shima's taking ACAP. So this is gone from, hey, we got this back. We're going to kill the Zhao. We're going to kill that DM, and we're going to make it work. And another bummer thing to see is the Republic super healthy. We don't know the health of, Simenabs alone put almost 18k into that gas cone. We don't know the health of basically anybody. So not looking too good right now. The back getting kind of tore up there, and there is some fireworks going off for the Wooster. But we'll see right now. 1 Death Strike, Confederate already. Republic, he's got to be careful. Doesn't want to get cheeked. And just going to sit there and take the beating from the Wooster. Nothing he can really do. Death Strike number 2 coming up. Let's see. Let's see if he gets good RG against the Wooster. Right onto those main bats. Going to shoot a tad higher. And boom. Nice shot. Nice shot. Good correction there too. So devastating strike number 2. And so now he goes against the Republic. Republic's big shells are absolutely brutal. And our poor, I think if you watch where the Alabama maybe spawned, I bet you the Alabama spawned here, and the entire game was him going around, and now the Alabama's here. I always wonder, it is such a bummer to see late game a nearly full life Republic who's now been shrunk down. And there's the 200k mark again. Whenever I'm playing, 100k is good, 200k is great. And then, of course, 300k is legendary. So 200k right there, 6 Citadels, 2 Dev Strikes, 4 kills so far, and even a base defense. So there we go. And we'll see. But if you guys haven't gotten if you guys don't have the Yamato, first of all, you're missing out. This ship is fantastic. There's high caliber. And Sanaba pointing out the sad truth is we will lose the game on caps. That is the bummer. Having a Shimakaze late game against 3 battleships. One that has been, I would say, relatively useless in the Alabama, to the Yamato, who's so out of position, and it looks like the Yamato is going to be a W hero. Again, you got high caliber there too. Lots of full pens. But if you haven't gotten the Yamato, it's fantastic. Still get it. And then the Yamato Legendary mod is awesome. The dispersion is insanely good. And then if you can get the Yamamoto Captain on top of that, that's your key to success in this ship. And we'll see if he has Yamamoto. I wasn't paying attention. There's the kill. There it is. Boom. So he didn't get the first strike, but look at that extra heal. That's the heal that makes the Yamamoto so amazing. A bit of an extra bonus right there. So whenever you get a Kraken, you get a heal percentage base of your life. If you get first blood with Yamamoto, you do get an extra consumable, so extra heal. You'll never use that many spotting planes, but you do get an extra heal. So he unluckily did not get the first blood, but if you can get all of those, then it's fantastic. So there's the 250 mark. Pretty damn good, and he got that extra boost. So he will continue to take that heal, and as a battleship, that's pretty important. But man, this is looking pretty bad. Although battleships are worth lots of points, you gotta think of, okay, they can probably kill this gas cone, no big deal, but then what's the next target? The Alabama is continuing to go around everything. The Yamato is not giving broadside to anything. So, well, actually, the Yamato on his team is now slowly drifting out to be giving broadside to the other Yamato. So, not the best play there. So, where did this game kind of go wrong? I would say, one, Simenabs got super unlucky with not many ships going to the A cap. And then I think him, the Republic, maybe not so much him because he thought about going, but at that point I think he did the right choice of helping that Republic, because if he doesn't continue to shoot at the Moskva, then that Republic just doesn't even get the kill on the DM. I bet he ended up getting almost the dev strike on the DM, and so pretty much this is 6 kill. Dang. So the thing is what's going to happen is the Shima just needs to run. You look at this, 2 minutes left, and down goes the Yamato because he was sitting broadside to the Yamato. That is such a bummer. So much carrying going on right now, and really, it was, you know, there was only so much you could do. And again, they ended up sending all 3, so the Republic, him, and the other Yamato ended up going to the same side of the map. Again, you kind of just have to gamble on if they will be on that side of the map, and really ended up not getting very many good trades on the decap. If the team would have done just a little bit more damage, they lost their gearing early. This is one of those, I think, in the end, the only way he has a chance of winning this is maybe being a bit more centralized. But again, you know, if he's a bit more centralized or goes to the D side of the cap, it could have been, again, looking at that, it's hindsight, just knowing where the team flow was. And look at these, getting that front cheek. And there's the 300k mark. We had a 300k game last week with the DM. This week on the Yamato, also the same map. So is this the map the key to damage farming? What ends up happening is that this map does end up giving you a lot of broadsides if you if you are in the right spot because of how the decap works. But again, I think overall Simenabs just got super unlucky with positioning, and then overall who ended up following him a little bit too far forward on that one. That was a little bit on dispersion. And look at that Shima, survived the whole game and only lost 2,000 life. That is such a bummer to see, and gonna end up taking a torp, and the Yamato gives him a little bit of a smash. I don't think the Yamato's quite drifting that far forward. Yeah, not a little too far forward on that, but still. Let's get him to 350k. Can he get it? That's what we want. We want that 350, and there goes the game. So overall, a really good showing. Simenabs could only do so much, and this is one of those things that you hate to see it, but the team just wasn't really helping him out. I mean, checking out, first of all, let's just look at this damage really fast. 347,000 damage, 107 target hits in the Yamato, which is crazy. That's a lot. That's like GK level amount of hits. So the Yamato throwing that many out, that's fantastic. And Confederate devs, 2 dev strikes on that. He got the the Wooster and was it the DM? I think it was the DM. Fireproof was getting burnt down by the Moskva, showing the strength of the Moskva. Dreadnought, Kraken, high caliber, basically everything other than first blood and a couple survivability ones. 8 citadels, just not much more he could have done, and good credits making as well. Switching over to the XP, look at that, not even close, not even close. And 2634 base XP, by far the highest in the game, winning or losing team. So that just shows how crazy that was. And look at that, our little buddy in the Alabama finishing the game alive at the end and with the lowest score. You hate to see that, but if you compare, you know, they had a DM at the bottom of their team. But looking at just this, Hindenburg, Wooster, Gearing, I mean, just kind of seeing the Repub and the Yamato, those are two of the guys that went around the same corner. It's just a bummer. You can't have those strong of ships at the bottom. If you compare it to the other side, their lowest scores were the DM, Lightning, GK, Freddy, Gascon. In the bottom 5, they had 2 of their tier 8s. In their bottom 5, they had 4 tier 10s. So pretty much a bummer right there. You know, losing your DD early, a Wooster not really getting too much, Hindenburg. Actually, the DM was holding down that fort pretty well, but I think he could have had a better spot to maybe do a bit more damage, and of course, having the damage. So basically, it was an 11v12, but I don't think there's really much that could do. You have a Shimakaze on the enemy team alive at the end of the game. It's going to be tough, especially not having the cap advantage. That's going to be a tough game to win, but he sure did try. And then look at all the damage he's done. I mean, look at that. That's craziness. It's craziness. So what would I have done? He got unlucky. It's honestly that. Got unlucky. And just none of the ships went to the side he was on. And then he did have to end up committing to helping with that Mosca. Mosca was wonderful at doing his best version of Kelly Slater and surfing that line, so made it a bit longer to kill that. But then on the lemmings behind him with the other Yamato, really the other Yamato going to the other side probably would have potentially won him that game. But having him be there, the Republic kind of going around the point, and then everyone else kind of just, and the Alabama just kind of following along, following the big brothers. I think maybe if he would have stayed a bit more center, or even just gone to D side, they probably would have won, but it wouldn't have been this amazing of a game. Regardless, an awesome outcome, and it was very, very cool to see. But anyways, I don't think he could have. It would have been 100% hindsight if he would have gone to the right side. But overall, fantastic game. Simenabs, our winner this week. Simenabs. I've been saying his name all right. I've been saying Simenabs. Simenabs from the EU server, rocking the Yamato. Insane damage, insane game, and he just needed a little bit more help from his teammates to bring home the W. But anyways, guys, insane week. We have a Discord channel, and we have a channel up in our Discord. If you have a highlight of yourself playing a crazy game, any tiers, doesn't really matter, an awesome comeback, a close one, even losses like this with just a ton of damage and trying your best, you can post them up there. We pick one winner a week. This week was Simenabs. There we go. Winning 1,000 doubloons, so congratulate to him. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Yamato. Is your favorite tier 10, and what did you guys think of this play, this weekly replay? Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.